Well, hello, Bob. Again, thank you very much for allowing me to expose to this prestigious audience. In honor of time, I'm going to be trying to move very, very, very fast, and I think you're going to like the information. Presentation has, how it's working, 4 main parts. The first one is a little reference of our company. Then this is the most important part for me, I'm going to show you 3 innovations that we would like to share with you. And finally, we would like to make another invitation and contact information. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. We're going to go fast. Our company was established in the 1970s by my father. I'm part of the second generation. And since the 1986, we started working with the first Chilean exporters of wood chips to Japan. Since then, we have developed 4 main areas of services. The first one is the quality control. We are able to provide all kinds of analysis of quality for really know the raw material quality and biomass, for pulpwood and biomass. The second one are proper quantity control along the supply chain and mass flows, and you're also going to see some stock determinations. The third one is we have developed a very good management system that allows to our customers constantly monitoring the KPI that they properly define. And the fourth one, it's we provide some consultancies to government organizations, companies, and also to NGOs. This picture shows a little reference where how we cover the total supply chain, starting from the forest and ending on the wood chip exportation shipment, or a pulp paper, energy, power, hidden power plant, or a container. We have our headquarters in Chile. We have several operations there. We also operate in Uruguay, as established since more than 13, sorry, and some spot operation in Argentina. Just as a reference, we have more than 285 millions of tons controlled since 1986, having certified more than 2,400 shipments of wood. And the last year, if we consider all the wood that we directly control and the wood that is involved in our management system, we reach over than 23 millions of tons. Well, some of our customers, we have energy, pulp and paper, very, very important players. The forestry, biomass and pulpwood, we have with very premium exporters, and government institutions. Last but not the least, we are well recognized by the most important purchases of pulp and paper and traded companies in the worldwide. Well, this is the good stuff. Some innovations to share. We really believe that knowing the difference makes difference. And what I would like to start with the first innovation is that we have been carrying on is development of a system to control the bone dry metric tons in the whole supply chain. Why this is so important? What you're seeing, this is a very, very simple example. This is an eucalyptus log. After we cut 3 pieces, and after the last picture where you have the ABC round pieces, piece A, we put it in water until it got saturated, and the C, we dry it until it was oven dry. Look, this is how it changed the volume. So what I'm trying to say is that wood, I learned it when I was like 3 years old, when in winter the doors were difficult to get closed because of the moisture. Well, the same thing happened in our business. Wood changed the volume when it changed the moisture content, especially eucalyptus, because of the thickness of the wall and the collapse of the fiber. So this is very important. We're measuring on a unit that change, and it doesn't really measure the fiber. We don't know the amount of fiber we have in that solid volume, and they also change. So Just a reference, the volume in operative conditions between the cutting and the reception of the meals, we have seen that normally varies between 4 to 12%, depending on the time post-harvesting. So, as a conclusion of this, solid volume, especially for eucalyptus, is not the best unit to measure fiber or energy, and it really affects the determination of cost, traceability, stocks determination, consumption, among other variables. Now, let's go to bulk. When we start shipping, what you can see with the compaction, the video number 1, we have a piston that where in laboratory we develop bulk density cubes depending on the pressure that we put. Okay, and in the compactation by vibration, you can see that the reduction of volume by pressure and vibration can be about 30 to 40%. So, measuring apparent volume is another problem. You're not measuring fiber, you're measuring air. And where it's a problem, but it's also an opportunity, because if you start focusing on densifying the fiber, you will have very important reduction of cost on your transportation. Well, so that is how we have been able to develop a very reliable system to start controlling from the log reception in bone dry metric tons. Of course, this has a parallel part that is determining properly the quality, so we got the quantity in one side and the quality in other side. And this continues through all the process, the log stocks determination, shipping process, wood chip reception at the ports and many ports and other wood yards. Wood chip stocks, and final consumer that may be shipment, a pulp mill, power plant, among others. Okay, some reference of precision. This is a single and easy representation of the flow. So the first flows, the reception, we are able to say that our precision is between 0.35 to 1.2% per month, maximum deviation. But when you have a 2-3 period, it trends to 0. Okay, for the shipping process, it's between 0.25 to 0.65 per month, and also trending to 0 in 2, 3, or several periods. Shipments, wood chip carriers, full chip carriers, as we saw in the other presentations, we're able to say that our difference are not bigger than 0.3% to 0.5. And the stock determination, that is very important to check how your mass flows are going on. Okay, we're able to say that for a pile, we're not going to have a bigger deviation of 8%. Wow, you may say 8%, but 8% when your stock is very small compared with the flow. It maybe can mean 0.1% of the flow. And well, yes. Now, measuring apparent volume is part of our BDMT determination for stocks. And this is of course, we use topography, and what you're seeing now is the incorporation of drones. We take these videos, we take these nice pictures, and after this we digitalize the information, and we're able to analyze it from each size that you will like, where you need. So it's quite a fancy new toy, you know, but very good, very good. Okay, how we determine, for example, the bone dry metric ton stock of logs? Of course, we measure the apparent volume. Then we take some measurement to determine the solid factor. We have several systems. One of them is screen points. Then we take the samples. We go to laboratory, and we perform the dry solid density. So it's a just very direct way to get the bone dry metric tons. For the wood chips, of course, it starts by the apparent volume determination. Then we take sampling from several parts of the pile, and we carry out the test with the pistons in order that we get this curve. This curve shows the relationship between pressure and bulk density. We develop a software that, I don't know how to say it, it calculates the average bulk density depending on the height of the pile, the volume, and the shapes, and the border conditions. So then we reduce the potential deviation of the level of the bulky density. And finally, we add the dry content determination, and we get the bone dry metric tons. Okay, second example. Data plus management really needs improvement. My first example is an operation of chipping biomass at the forest focused on total ash and biomass quality. It is incredible how easy it is to make a mess when you are chipping biomass at the forest. If you really don't take care about it, you can put a truck with 10, 15, or 20% of soil. Okay, so what we did, we focused on this, that caused the problem of sludging on the boiler, reducing the efficiency and the cost of fiber. And what we did, we established a mobile unit that has some instantaneous analysis. We do also carry a parallel traditional analysis method, and through mathematical relationship, we are able to predict in field the amount of total ashes that the truck or the people is operating at the field. And we are very happy to say that in over the 80% of the cases, we are able to predict when the truck is having more than 5% of total ashes. That is our customer requirement or limitation. Same, also, we take a lot of information from the operation that allows to our customer, from the measure, data analysis and action, see action and reaction. For example, how does the type of biomass, the season, the post-harvest time, the chipping equipment, and all these variables affects the biomass cost, the quality of biomass, maintenance costs, among others. This is how the way they really improved. Of course, we do this on the pulpwood industry, where the wood yard and the wood preparation is one of the most important part. Good raw material, you have several, or you increase the possibility to have a good pulping process. So actually you can modelize, and what you're seeing there is a modelation that we did from the variables of the wood quality that predict the, for example, the consumption of wood BDMT per ADT. The third example I would like to share is our tailor-made system and audit. What does this mean? Well, first of all, we talk with our customer and see what is the pain, okay? And after that, we say, okay, let's develop the procedures to how to properly determine how to measure it, and let's determine the KPI that will allow you to constantly monitor that, okay? After that, we train and implement the system, and we continuously audit and show in our customer the KPI. This, of course, we develop a platform online. For example, this system, you can see that it's an example. The number one section of wood chip quality, the second one equipment condition, blah, blah, blah. You're hurrying me. Okay. So you can go deeper and deeper depending on the amount of KPI that you just customize. So finally, you have an online tool to follow all your action reaction of your management. Yeah, that's we are our invitation. You can really make it easy for them, and our contact information.